Yeah.
Alright, so unmute my mic. Tell me my mic. Just wait before you leave. I want to see over here, right? My mouse here. This is going to mute and unmute my mic. This. Okay, excellent. Excellent. Yeah, let me mute.
I did miss it. I can't believe that. Is it working? Okay, we are just testing. We'll be with you guys shortly if you are watching. Good morning, and finally welcome to this fantastic match between Zimbabwe and the emerging 11. You see an outside edge there from Wayne Parham, just slides between the wicketkeeper and first slip, and they look for a second. There's trouble coming here. Run out opportunity. Wayne Parham quick enough to make it there. It's been a testing morning for the production crew arriving to the venue, and there was no electricity around for them. No fault of their own, but our man Colin, the man with the plan and a utility vehicle, went the man with the plan and a van went and got a generator. So if you do hear a little hum in the background, that's just because we've got a generator running the power supply today. If the camera shakes, it's because I got excited and bumped the table. The camera is on a tripod just right in front of me. The setup is an innocuous one, but it's a one nevertheless. To my right, I've got Gary Griffiths, the scorer for today, or just for now, I think, during the batting. He will look to get on the field later on. Zimbabwe started well. We're 47 for 1. And then again, the top order collapsing. 53 for 4. Now the score, 59 for 4. But it's been the story of the tournament for the boys from Southern Africa. Zimbabwe. A good start by the opening pair, and then a collapse from the top order. This is the last match, so no more chances to rectify that as Harris comes down the wicket, looking to impress his daughters Sarah and Jessie. They have been watching fondly and making sure that they keep me on my toes, and my commentary is straight and down the line for their father. Unfortunately, the family suffered a loss overnight, so you guys are all in our thoughts, the Harris clan, and we do hope that in your time of grieving you can find joy in the memories of your family member. And Harris trying to find joy out there in the middle, the ball keeping extremely low. John Jamison really did get done dirty by a ball that basically rolled into his pads. We do apologize once again for starting the stream late. As mentioned earlier, there was just no electricity. I will keep updating all the viewers on that. See another lunge forward. No appeal coming this time. Two very astute batsmen that can really bat Zimbabwe into a positive position. Both have previously opened. I see Colin has made his way into the commentary booth. I wonder if you'd like a microphone in front of him and get to interview old Colin. It's wicketkeeper batsman Mel Jones makes his way far away from the microphone, doesn't want to be involved. Had the pleasure of meeting Malcolm Jones's nephew yesterday. What a fun-spirited young individual. Told me all about his travels to South Africa, Zimbabwe and Namibia. 3 beautiful countries that share borders. And after 20 overs, Zimbabwe are 68 for 4. So, of course, we've got one of the Emerging Nations players now drift along into the commentary box, only because they've taken a couple of wickets. He was sitting quietly under his gazebo there, far to my right. All of a sudden, there's electricity and power
I didn't come for this. I just come to ask the score.
Power for the camera and the commentary, and a couple of wickets for the emerging nations, and they're right back in it. Alongside me, I have Wendell. Unfortunately, you won't be able to see, but he looks like a bit of a transformer this morning with the moon boot on. He'll certainly explain to us what hole he stepped in day one, and what injury he's incurred from that. As we see Ian Harris rock back, just slap it straight down the ground to a mid-on. Wendell, it was great to have a chat with you earlier. Can you just inform the viewers what's going on with your moon boot?
Good morning, one and all. Good morning. Unfortunately, and actually the first game of the tournament, we played at the field and stepped in a sprinkler hole, twisted the leg, messed the Achilles up. My game was to play against Zimbabwe, but it ruled me out. So they're kind of lucky that I am out.
The emerging nations are lucky that you're out. Zimbabwe thought it was an easy wicket, you know. But Wendell, just you've been watching here from the side, and we've had a great conversation about all-rounders. What's your feeling about the wicket? A couple of decisions and wickets coming just from the ball keeping low. Is there someone in the emerging team that can maybe inform the batsman that they're going to need to play straight, or because you're not from one nation, is the communication kind of individual and we're just going to work on our own skill sets?
Well, since I've been on the line, I think that's my job. I inform them, play straight. Like I was just telling one of your guys, the wicket is up and down, so you have to be out there in that front foot early and play straight, because you can't afford to go cross, because it's not true. The bounce is not true, so you're going to find yourself in a situation where you might be looking for a pull shot and it's down by your ankles. So you have to get out there all the time and play straight. Some decisions, the first wicket, you couldn't even, that's something that was very unfortunate. But, as a player, you have to adapt. And you got to learn to adapt to the conditions.
Yes, most certainly. And
Robin, that's her. Answer it quick. Coming back.
And Wendell's off. The boss of the household is phoning him. And at the end of the 21st over, 73 for 4. Something the Zimbabweans fans would not want to hear. Another collapse from the top order.
I told him the boss was calling. You're only 15 minutes away from the ground. So you're playing on time?
Ian Harris onto the front foot. Just pushes one into the short cover region.
All right.
No run there. For this new batting pair, they've really brought the field in. Just one fielder floating outside the ring. Yeah, right in front of us at long on. It's pulled away in front of square. And Gary Griffiths was actually blocking another fielder, so there's a second one. No, Gary, I'm only giving you gears because I missed it. It's the flagpole here next to you. There was a fielder out there just in front of square on the sweeper boundary. Apologies for that. They've brought him now into the ring for the batting of Wayne Parham, a man on the short cover drive. Plays it straight to that man. A 5-4 field here for the emerging nations.
How many overs Dave bowled?
If you are watching on YouTube on the live stream, please feel free to jump on the live chat. Send your well wishes and messages of support to either team. I'll be sure to relay them to the players and the squads, as well as speak about them live on commentary. It's been a pleasure to bring you these games over the last 2 weeks and working with all the production crews. Really has been a good 2 weeks of cricket. We've had splendid weather, just one game that was interrupted by rain for the Zimbabwe team. And if you do hear me laughing, it's because I've got Gary Griffiths to my right, and anyone that knows Gary Griffiths means it's 2 jokes per sentence, so you really have to concentrate. He keeps you young and on your toes.
So, what is like in Zimbabwe?
So I'm originally from South Africa. I just commentate for Zimbabwe, but life is good for all the players. None of them have left. There's a couple that stay in the UK that are playing for us today, and then 2 from Australia. They live in Perth. Andy Walton was one of the batsmen that opened today, but the 2 out there at the moment both stay in Harare and enjoy Zimbabwe. The cricket is competitive. They play in 2 or 3 different sports clubs against each other, and then there's a veterans team that they all play for, and they sometimes take on the younger teams just to prepare themselves for these tournaments.
So do they play a lot of Masters cricket there?
So there's a joint Masters team, and they'll play against the younger clubs, the younger members. So there's only 23, 24 players available to select from at the over 60s. So when we play teams like England, who have 4,000 registered over 60s players, and Australia, it's a massive contrast. But the emerging nations, what an awesome opportunity for guys from the smaller countries that maybe can't fill a full side. Everybody loved the anthem you guys played this morning. I saw the Zimbabwean opening batsman jive into it. They were really enjoying it. So the skipper himself was having a full head bob session there. So who came up with that song? Is it a song just for this tournament?
Yes, look, that anthem is very popular with the whole competition. Everyone loved it. One of my manager, actually, he on the chat, he says we need an anthem. So his son wrote it, and he said he put it onto air and said, look, I need an African kind of beat to it, and that's what it came up with. And that's a short version of it, actually, but I loved it. It's actually lovely.
So I can tell you something for sure that will happen today, regardless if Zimbabwe win, lose, or draw this game, or it's rained out. There will be songs, music, and a couple cold beverages afterwards. So we need to hear the long version
Of that song?
Because Zimbabwe have 3 AI songs that they've made, written and composed by our wicketkeeper batsman John Jamieson and his sister. And they've got 3 different versions. They've got an Afro beats version, and they've got a reggae version. And I'm almost sure you're going to enjoy the reggae version. We played that one.
I love the Afro beats too.
Yeah, so it's really three amazing songs, words curated for the individual players, and they all really enjoy those songs. And there's a country stroke western type of one that some of the boys enjoy. So yeah, three different styles of songs, all about the players, and they've all loved it. So big shout out to John Jamieson and his sister for creating that, as we see one pulled in front of a square.
That's so awesome. That's what we need, because who said that a bunch of guys over 40, 50, well, let's say over 50 and 60 can't play cricket anymore? So this person that had this vision is proving everyone wrong, and we are actually enjoying this, and but also to get the rhythm in, the dancing in. We'll see at the end of the tournament today, as you said. We will love to hear that music, and most likely we will enjoy it. I'll stick around.
I'm not sure how much rhythm and dancing you'll enjoy, but there's definitely dancing. I can say that. Some of us have got rhythm. Some of us weren't in that line when we were made for the rhythm. They told us they were out of stock. So certainly no rhythm. So talk to us about the emerging nations. How do they go about? So you see, just Harris comes out of the crease to drive one straight to short cover. How do they go about contacting the players? Is there a big squad at first? Do you play a couple of warm-up games, or is it all just via text message on WhatsApp groups maybe, and say who's available? You put your hand up and then they decide from there. So my thinking is you can only bring a certain amount of players to a World Cup, let's say 16, and if 24 people put their hands up, how do you go selecting a side or a squad when you don't all play in the same area?
Well, great question. With the emerging nations, what happened is that a lot of us were contacted in different ways via WhatsApp and stuff. And to be honest with you, this is the first time we're meeting each other here. We haven't played anything together. We just know that everyone's sending, we was asked to send in something about themselves to the management team and stuff, which did a great job of getting the team and everything here. And some of us just see each other for the first time at the first game. So it was kind of hard. This guy says he's an all-rounder. This guy says he can play, not knowing. But then you can see, really. But really, this is the first time that we're together. And from here onward, we intend to travel together, play a lot more games together no matter what, try to build a better team, and camaraderie is just, for me, is the biggest part of the team. And when you don't know, we have problems of selecting, but we're getting better. We will get better.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the fact that you say you met each other at the first game is quite a wild thought, considering that most of the Zimbabwe side have been playing, practicing and training together. Obviously, two of them from Australia and two from the UK couldn't get involved in the training, but they were playing back at their local clubs and training, sending WhatsApp videos, sending results through. But it's a lot more difficult when the core group of people are not in the same area and from all over. Do you know how many nations are represented roughly in the emerging nations squad at this World Cup? As we see an appeal, Wayne Parr and pad in that one away. Good partnership building. Yeah, I've asked a very tough question, and Wendell's just having to add it up. We'll give him some time to do that. Wayne Parham now on 10 of 16. Ian Harris going very well, 31 of 47. Ian Harris has had many starts, but just hasn't been able to kick on. His daughters messaged him the other day. He was wearing black shoes, and they said, "Dad, the fashion doesn't look right on the cricket field. You need to wear white ones." He told them the black ones are comfortable. They said, "That's not the point, Dad. Put the white ones on." So the last 3 games, he's done that for his girls, Sarah and Jessie. And they are very sharp. So Wendell, don't say anything bad about him, because they will let him know. I spoke about how he doesn't slide his bats in. They're not here, but they're watching. They're watching on YouTube, and I spoke about how he doesn't slide his bat in when he runs, and how we teach that at primary school level, and it's unacceptable. And they said that he needs to make friends with me, because obviously I don't like him very much. But as a commentator, you just have to call it as it is out there. Obviously, you try be polite. but Zimbabwe have had a couple of collapses at the top of the order, so it's been frustrating for their fans as well as their batting unit and the coach. And occasionally the commentator gets a bit frustrated as well when he has to commentate through another collapse. Okay, Wendell, the big question. How many nations are represented by the emerging nations team at the IMC Over 60s World Cup?
Okay, after doing my calculations, we had about 6. We got about 6. And about 2 that couldn't get the visas to enter Canada. So that would make it about 8. We have Bermuda, we have India, Pakistan, we have Sri Lanka, we got Sweden, so we can go on. And then we got a couple of local players from here as well. So, I mean, mind you, the camaraderie off the field is absolutely beautiful. We just need to get it together in the match to play. So in 2 years' time, I think we're going to be a force to reckon with. And getting back to your mate, his daughter complained. I think my daughter sent me a message and said, "Dad, you need to come home. You're too old." That's what.
It's. I mean, when I first heard about over 60s cricket, I couldn't believe what was happening. You see a lovely drive through the covers. That's not going to get all the way to the boundary, and they'll trot through for 2. I couldn't believe there was such thing as over 60s cricket. I thought when you get to the age of 60, you can kick your feet up and maybe go watch your grandkids play some sports, support them, have a cold beverage on the side. But there's many 60-plus-year-olds at this World Cup who just want to do everything. They want to bat, they want to bowl, they then want to catch that ball, they want to field it. They just want to do everything, be involved. What I've noticed about over 60s is they're not very good at sitting still. Or the ones at the cricket anyway. They fit and interested in just keeping busy. I mean, we've got Gary Griffiths in the team today, but still scoring here next to us just to keep himself busy because he gets bored and he can't sit still with the rest of the team. So he comes and keeps his mind busy, scores individually in a very small notebook, and checks with us all the time what the score is. You see a quick single here. Emerging nations, Wendell, looking for a couple more wickets. They created a collapse of the top order, but these two really steadying the ship for Zimbabwe.
Yeah, this is a problem we have. We can get early wickets. We can put you under pressure in first 15, but in the middle here is where we allow the partnership to build and grow. Right now we need to get 2 more. We need to get 2 wickets actually to stay in tune. But remember, you're talking about over 60s. We don't keep still, but we play cricket all our lives, so we understand it. So we just have to keep moving. We have to talk. We have to talk to one another, and we still look like we can compete with those people over there. Lots of guys still hitting 6s. Guys are bowling, and some of us are very physical. We're still in the gym. We still keep ourselves in shape. So, I mean, I was like you, over 60s. When I came here, I really thought it was going to be like just a little walk in the park. But it's very competitive. So, and I'm enjoying it.
And I think that's the exact reason, as we see Ian Harris come down the wicket again, just plays it to that sweeper on the boundary for a single. I think that's why everyone keeps coming back and why this over 60s division has just grown exponentially. It is competitive, and inside all of us here at the Cricket World Cup is a competitor. We've come to have fun, of course, but we've all come to win. Everyone wants to win every game. You want to win every battle against the bowler. As a bowler, you want to take every batsman's wicket. As a fielder, you want to make that dive. I mean, 60-plus-year-olds diving to save a 2, to me, is crazy. As we see an outside edge there, Wayne Parham given out. He couldn't believe that the wicket keeper appealed there. Looked at the keeper and maybe even asked him, why are you appealing? Looked up to see that he'd been stuck by the umpire, Peter Tate, in his 101st game of Masters cricket, the umpire. So a true legend out there in the field, and that's going to bring the vice captain Kenyan Zeal to bat.
Yes, he wasn't happy with that decision. I can't even comment on it, but there's nothing wrong with the umpire appealing, the wicketkeeper appealing, but the umpire felt that he hit it, he touched it, so we have no decision. And that's for me, that's a good, because that middle there is where we as the emerging nations, we lack a lot. So to get that partnership broken down, we can press on and look for our first win, because both things are struggling for a win here. So want to finish with a good note. So we are, but whosoever win, we're going to enjoy it.
Yeah, most certainly. I think that's what's going to happen after this game. Yesterday, we went down to the USA, and I thought that could never happen. And afterwards, the boys put on the speaker, played music, and started dancing. I was so confused because they're so competitive, yet they just almost walked off the field and turned the switch and were like, we had to have a good time as well, Nick. So that was a life lesson for me, that you can't carry the defeat for a long time after the game. Sometimes you just got to put it behind you and move forward. And a lesson that I had to learn all evening, because it was really difficult yesterday, because I know how good the Zimbabwe side can be, but like I think the emerging nations, results not gone the way that either team would have wanted, and I think everybody from both teams knows that they're capable of a lot more. You said there's a 2-year succession plan from this. Has there been talk of this group of players trying to stay together for the next event and representing the emerging nations, and then maybe building a good team chemistry for that tournament?
Yes, we've been having chats and meetings and stuff about staying together for the next 2 years. Then you remember, you got over 60s, you got over 65, you even got over 70s tournament, right? So most of us here are some of us are in our young 60s. So we want to play as an emerging nations throughout the whole all the different age groups of competition. So we will continue as an emerging nations team. I mean, some of us flew miles and miles away to get here, but you can see the love, you can see the compassionate spirit in the game, and most of all, the friendship that we create here, and that we meet, and that we will continue to be friends, throughout the competition. So it makes us happy, and like you can come on and you can go off, and because we're all over 60, and it's the preparation. My thoughts about it, I think that they need to put more work into, especially here in Canada where the wickets were not covered. That was my biggest problem, and fixing some things in the outfield, like the sprinkler holes that caused the problems. Because we have 2 people actually felt in the same situation. Another guy from Wales, the same thing happened. So going forward in the future, no matter where it is next time, these are some things that the organizers got to look at, put together, so that the competition can grow bigger and better and much smoother.
Yeah, I think in a whole they've done an excellent job here in Mississauga and the Greater Toronto area. As we see one pulled away, it's going to split the 2 fielders on the square leg boundary. The keeper asking the question, what's happening there, boys? And just a miscommunication. Maybe at the age of over 60, not so eager to run and dive and pick yourself up, but a well struck shot there coming from Ian Harris.
That's better now. Keep him on the boundary. He's too close in here. Bring him back. He can't stop anything there. It doesn't make sense.
So you can play a Coach Wendell. He's getting animated.
I think he's just scolding our commentator Nicky C here. Back in the Caribbean we got Nicky P, and up here in Canada at this present moment, all the way from South Africa, we got Nicky C.
Yeah, Nicholas Pooran, quality player, quality player. Really offers a lot with the bat.
Now 68 don't needs to be there. He can come back off. because he's not. If he hit it hard enough, he's not going to stop. He's going to come here. So he needs bowled him.
He's gone down the track and lost his wicket, Ian Harris. But what a fantastic innings that has been from Ian Harris. Just going to confirm his score there. 39 runs for 53. And that means skipper Greg McDonald will come to the wicket. A well played 39 for Ian Harris on a difficult day for the family after getting an early phone call this morning and being informed of a close family member's passing. Came out there and played a brilliant knock with everything on his mind. 39 runs, a proud knock for his two daughters, Jessie and Sarah, and a special moment for Ian Horny Harris as he walks off to a warm round of applause. And I can tell you that he will be disappointed he didn't get that milestone of a 50. He was looking good on a very difficult wicket out there. Maybe the one batsman that looked comfortable all morning. But another breakthrough for the emerging nations. We heard from player coach Wendell that they've struggled to take wickets in the middle overs, but two massive wickets in Wayne Parham and Ian Harris, getting both the set batsmen out, which as a batting unit you never want to do. You never want to lose your two set batsmen after a big partnership. But these two very capable to pile on the runs. They're going to look to just, I'm sure, work to the 30th over and get to that second drinks break. McDonald leans forward.
If I tell you I got two computers, if I send it, everybody got a thing and send to me. What is it? There's a Samsung to me. I'll show it to you when I get back here. Alright, when I call you later, you going to work? Alright.
At the end of the 28th, it's 102 for 6. Wendell, some good wickets coming here from the emerging nations. You said it's been a struggle for the team to take wickets in those middle overs. Zimbabwe know much of the same, not able to penetrate the top order of the opposition teams in the matches that they've played. But the two wickets that they've taken, crucial, as it was both set batsmen, and we've both agreed that this pitch does not look like an easy one to bat on, and even to get in on. A lot of the batsmen saying that on all the pitches around Mississauga, even if you face 60 deliveries, you still don't feel like you can trust the bounce and comfortable at the wicket. And that goes to your point. Although it's been such a smoothly run tournament and we've got to the grounds and they've got beautiful and scenic views, the pitches maybe not up to the standard that some of the players are used to from around the world and expecting at a World Cup, especially the batsmen. I'm sure the bowlers don't complain as much, but the batsmen really have found to be frustrated in a lot of the fixtures.
You have said it absolutely correct, because coming from the tropical countries where we're accustomed to the ball coming right through, South Africa, Zimbabwe, I guess, is more part of it. Caribbean, because a lot of us is in the Caribbean, Bermuda, and the ball is playing up and down, so it's difficult to get and it started. You still have to concentrate deeply because it's still not true. It's not a true bounce. That's the biggest problem, I think, in the competition with the wickets. So, bowlers, they're not going to complain. They're definitely not going to complain. But yeah, it's difficult. But as you said, this is the first one here, and that one kept very low. See that? It's difficult here, but here in Canada, if the next tournament come, that they will capitalize and learn from these little mistakes that is being done.
Yeah, I think most certainly. I did hear a rumor, but I haven't verified the facts that some of these pitches were recently only dropped in. So obviously they'll need time, and you need to play more cricket on them. So if Canada do host maybe an over 50s event or over 55s in the future, or over 40s, that's maybe another year, 2 years away. A lot more cricket can be played by the club sides on the pitches. Previously played on the artificial turfs. And then, you know, with the rolling and the pressure of the heavy rollers, it just extracts something more, and the pitches will get better to play on. But they've put a massive effort in here, and we really appreciate Akshay, the organizer, and his team for everything that they have done. I think in all, and at the end of the day, everyone will say that they've enjoyed this over 60s IMC World Cup. Maybe the batsmen will leave, pack their bags with a bit of a grunt or two, or excitement that they're going back to pitches where the ball comes through. I know Andy Walton plays in Perth, Australia, and we all know how those pitches play. So he's really found it difficult with the lack of bounce. But you need to have a positive outlook as a batsman. When you come to a tournament, you do have to adjust to where you play, the conditions. And I think after the first day's play, everyone saw how the pitches would play. No matter what venue you're at, you knew it was going to keep low. So you need to adjust. Less cross bat shots, more straight down the ground, playing the V as we were coached as young kids. And as we coach, many of us have been involved in coaching or have had kids that we pass knowledge down to. As we see another one hit the pads, and as a Zimbabwe supporter, every time one hits the pads, you just close your eyes and hope the umpire doesn't stick his finger up. It's been a tough time out there for the supporters, but we are so appreciative of the supporters and the sponsors that helped us get across from Africa to the Americas, and for us to compete in this World Cup. Not the results, as I said, that the Zimbabwe side have wanted, but woke up this morning and everyone was raring to go and said we need to get one win. And I'm sure in your guys' camp there were similar words.
Oh, he dropped it.
The player coach Wendell are getting excited for a drop catch. Unfortunately, though, not in favour of the emerging nations. Struck really hard by Kenyan Zeal. Kenyan Zeal, very much a textbook player, textbook technique, loves to play it straight down the ground. Just say that he cracks one off the back foot. He's struggling to run. There's a run-out opportunity. You have to ask the question, did they really need to throw it that hard? Could they have pitched it a bit shorter for the bowler to gather neatly? And the run-out. The bowler still clutching his finger from that drop catch. No, did not want to get his hands on that throw-in.
Yeah, absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. We're getting back to the tracks. What I think and what I observed, I think you need more water in the tracks, because when you drop it in like that, as you said, you got to prepare it, and you have to make sure you prepare it. And watering it after every game and rolling it would only make the surface better. Playing time will have to come with that as well. You have to play on it and play on it to get it match worthy and everything, all of that. But you know, as you said, the sponsors, cheers up to them. They have done an absolutely wonderful job to get this tournament where it is, as it's coming down to the end of it. It was a lovely tournament, and but like we said, there's lots of room for improvement, and we're gonna hope that the next destination, which I hoping it is somewhere in Africa, that I can come. Yes, we would see a better wickets where we could really enjoy our shots. You know, when you play your shots, and the bowlers can really enjoy a good ball on it.
And that will take us to the second drinks break after 30 overs. Zimbabwe are 106 for 6. We'll be back with you shortly after this break.
So we take the rum.
welcome back after the drinks break. And yet another wicket for Zimbabwe. This time the skipper, Greg McDonald. The scalp taken by the Emerging Nations. We had Wendell from the Emerging Nations here telling us that they've struggled to take wickets in the middle. But there's been a calamity of wickets.
If you want. Yeah.
And what happens, ladies and gentlemen, let me explain it to you. What happens when there's a wicket from the Emerging Nations? Player coach comes back to the commentary box. It seems to be a trend. He was sitting so comfortably under his own gazebo on his little camping chair in the shade. A wicket falls and the man stands up straight away and walks over to have a word with us. Wendell, I might have been looking away from the cricket field at the time. Can you explain that wicket for the viewers, please?
That one kept all along the ground. He was actually on the back foot, couldn't do nothing about it. Kept along the ground, brushed his pads, hit his stumps. So the wicket is unpredictable. So we don't know what's going to happen. I don't think it's going to get any better. It will get worse, and they normally have a tend to roll it at halftime. So I don't know if rolling is going to make it change, but we have to wait and see. But that partnership, remember I was telling you the partnerships in the middle was my biggest problem. We've gotten through there now, so we just got to press on. Press on. Let me see if I can get you for 120.
So do you think the Emerging Nations are maybe worried now that they won the toss and elected to bowl? With this pitch keeping as low as it is, surely it's not going to get easier to bat on, and that's going to play a mental game on the batsmen who are watching all these wickets fall.
Well, it shouldn't actually be, because once you're a cricketer and you know how the wicket is playing, you see the first chance of it, you yourself have to adapt. So I don't think winning the toss or losing the toss, batting first, is a big problem. It's just how the wicket is playing. So we have to make that adjustment.
Yeah, and quite an adjustment it's going to be. Thank you to those of you that have sent your well wishes on the YouTube chat. Looks like Rob Jamison, 6426. Let's go, Zimbabwe. Rob, if
on behalf of my leg.
Rob, are you family of John Jamison, the wicketkeeper batsman who came up with 3 amazing songs? Please let us know. Then we've got Craig Austin, 694. Come on, boys. Let's get a win under the belt. Craig, I'm assuming you've been supporting Zimbabwe as we nearly see a run out. A miscommunication there between Gavin Smythe and Kenyan Zeal, and Smythe not happy with the call-in. The big man Smythe has had few opportunities in this tournament, loves to hit the ball far, and nearly got run out without facing a delivery. And no batsman, just looking back at the replay, no batsman likes to be run out, let alone run out on the non-strikers end without facing a delivery. But I don't know. I think for me the worst out in cricket might be when you're backing up and it gets struck back past the bowler and he gets a little fingertip on it,
Run out.
and you were doing just what you were meant to be doing, and yeah, that's. I don't know if that should count as out anymore. The more and more, as a bowler, I used to believe that, but as a batsman, I think it's a terrible way to go out. And that's the end of another over. 114 for 7, a wicket maiden. Fantastic bowling in the middle overs. Wendell, I'm not sure the viewers are going to start to trust you anytime soon. You said Emerging Nations struggle to take wickets in the middle over. You gave the Zimbabwe supporters hope, but unfortunately for them, and fortunately for the emerging nations just keep ticking over the wickets column, not allowing partnerships to build. There was the one fantastic partnership, 2 quick breakthroughs, and it's really just pegged the Zimbabwe batting lineup back.
Well, I have to give thanks to Zimbabwe, because that's what we struggle all the competition to get that middle partnership out. So it's finally bowled him. It's finally coming together now. Another one that's kept low, and I don't think he'd made a run. So the wicket is the biggest factor in this game right now.
I think that's a golden duck.
I think we have might have our first golden duck of the innings. Yeah.
0 from 1.
Our first golden duck of the innings. So, but as we just say, cricket is a game of glorious uncertainties. They have their runs. The other team has to get it. So, with the wicket playing, anything can happen right now, Nicky.
Yeah, I hope from a Zimbabwe point of view, the smileys will have to feel face in the second innings. But to get the wickets, you still have to bowl on the stumps, and the bowling, the line, and the length has been good. Of course, there's been a few fortuitous wickets. I think we can count 3 definitely that have kept extremely low. However, to hit the stumps and hit the pads in line, you need to have pitched it in the right place. So there has to be some credit given to the bowlers. The captaincy's been fantastic, setting attacking fields. I know at one stage when that partnership was building, there was a little bit of frustration outside the field as to why we're not sending fielders back to protect that boundary. But as soon as the wickets were taken, the captains brought the field in again and not allowed easy singles, as we see Peter Sands Thomas face his first delivery. And one thing everybody in Zimbabwe knows about Peter Sands Thomas is he's coming on the move on the first ball. So wicketkeepers, beware.
So what are you saying? He's going to walk past one?
In a crucial game. Oh, he nearly walks past one there. In a crucial game.
That up from here.
We played a crucial game against India, and we really just needed him to stay in at the end of an innings and play a supporting role. And if I was a betting man, I was going to be very rich after that, because if I was only allowed to bet on one ball in a whole cricket game, I would pick Zimbabwe over 60s, and I would bet on Peter Sands Thomas walking down the track first delivery. And in his mind, all he thought is, I need to get Rory McQuaid, who had just scored a 50 and in fine form in that match, on strike. And he just walked past one. He said it turned a mile, and as you see him come down the track again, he can't help himself. It shouldn't be funny, but it's been a team joke for the last couple of days that he dances down the track every delivery. He says he stands still. Then you show him video footage, he says, not me. That time, stand still, hits the pad, no appeal come in from the bowlers. And,
we the emerging nations, we do have one of those type of players as well. The little man Didi, he runs 2 when there's only 1. So he runs down to the other end and run right back. So he's a busy guy. You will see what I'm talking about. He is short, fit, and busy. So when my player only making 1, he's already run 2.
Yeah, if Rory McQuaid batted longer today, you would have seen he's very much of a similar vein. He just runs it to and expects the other batsman to make it to the other side. But it's quite frustrating. We have seen a couple batsmen come past us here and just say it's impossible out there. Hopefully, though, when those batters go out to bowl, they make it count. They bowl a line and length. You almost need to bowl wicket to wicket here, because if one keeps low, give yourself the opportunity of it hitting the pads. I think that bowling length outside off stump needs to almost be forgotten today. You just bowl wicket to wicket, look to strike the pads or the wickets themselves. The best way to stop runs being scored is to take wickets.
That's the best. In every game, best way to stop runs from scoring, take wickets. Stop partnerships from billing, take wickets. And today, we're doing that very well. This is our last game, but it seems to be coming together in the last game. Here goes the seagull on the field. Mind you, I'm very impressed with the outfields. They are lovely outfields, beautiful, but I don't know what type of grass it is, but some of it is very slow. You get a good runoff, but it slows up coming to the boundary. So in that case, he needs to roll the whole field a lot more so that you have consistency for the ball to just run off to the boundary.
Yeah, I think it's because of the dual sports that they possibly have played on these fields in the past, but it seems like they've committed to making the fields we've played on cricket fields for the future. So I think that's all something we can learn, and it's Peter Sands Thomas. He comes down the track.
Look at Jones. Jonesy. Every game, Jones.
We do try to keep our composure, yeah, but we've got a comedian in front of us, Mel Jones, all the way from Perth, Australia. He's represented the over 55s and the over 60s in the last couple months. But another wicket, and it's Peter Sands Thomas coming down the track.
Stumping.
Yes.
Hard behind.
Caught behind.
I think given caught behind, but
Saved him.
it saved him. But if they didn't take him for the catch, they were taking him for the stumping. So
Can you get up twice?
only in baseball, not in cricket. Only in baseball, not in cricket. Thank you to LJ Clegg 65. Come on, Zim. Looking forward to seeing you win this one. And that's my mom. She's been supporting Zimbabwe throughout since I've come. I didn't even know she knew how to chat on YouTube live, but she's figured it out, and she sent well wishes to the team throughout the tournament. It was her birthday last week, Thursday, so I got to give her a shout out on her birthday.
I want to shout it to an old girlfriend of mine from Zimbabwe.
Victor!
Who? The umpire? Let's shut the front door. Umpire ready to treat us. I want to give a shout out to my Zimbabwe girlfriend, but I don't know if she's be listening. There's a special shout out going on to Patience over there in Zimbabwe. This is Wendell here in Canada playing against Zimbabwe. If you're listening, if you can hear, you can send up a hi.
No, absolutely. And Gary Griffiths, the scorer, that was sitting here next to us, has gone out into the middle, recovering from 2 rotator cuff injuries.
That's 114 for 8.
It's 115 for 9. I think what the Zimbabwean team are going to have to chat about at the lunch break is bowling wicket to wicket, Wendell. I think it's the most important. Give yourself that opportunity to hit the pads or sneak one under the bat. Looking safe as houses, Gary Griffiths. You can't go out if you don't hit it.
Oh, you can't get stuck if you don't move.
We'll have to have a chat to Bonk about that. Peter Sands Thomas, nicknamed Bonk. 2 different stories as to why. I can tell you that the first one is the PG version. He used to get hit on the head a lot with a plank, and he used to make a bonk sound. But the other version, it has been told once before, if you want to hear it. It was the first game at the Cape Town Internationals down in March. It's on the IMC YouTube page. But I won't be repeating it. Mel Jones, will you have the gloves on today? Have they had any whispers in the outfield?
Coming off my long run.
Oh, the wicketkeeper batsman deciding he's coming off his long run. The last time he fielded in the outfield, I heard he broke a couple ribs.
Broke a couple ribs.
He'll have that's quite some story. Mally Jones ran into another player in the outfield while trying to take a catch. Proceeded to lift the player up, played a couple more matches, flew home, found out he's been playing with the broken rib. He did tell me he couldn't breathe while wicket-keeping, and I said, well, that was probably the first sign you broke a rib, but he said he flew all that way from Australia, he was going to keep playing.
Hello.
And that's at over 60s and over 55s, ladies and gentlemen. So if you are watching and you are younger than the age of 60, don't let a broken rib stop you from living your life. Gary Griffiths finding it difficult after helping us commentate earlier on, saying the batsman needs to play straight. Tries to work one to the leg side. It's not as easy when you're out there in the middle. And, that goes for everything I say as well. I just bring you the game live as I see it and commentate as I expect the players to play.
Call it as we see it.
Absolutely, but when you're out there, it's very different. You see the cracks on the pitch, you see one keep low. It's like a good spinner. You only have to turn one and the batsman thinks about it the whole game. Gary Griffiths, safe as houses. And a cheer coming from the skipper and his daughter. I don't know if they're cheering for the shot or for the ball that actually kept at a decent height there.
Well, we don't know. But he's doing great. He's gone back again now. He was on the front foot that time. He's went back. So he's been watching it all day. So he should know the best and know how to play on it, innit?
Well, if that's anything to go by, you and I can go open and we'll do a good job. We've been very judgmental about the fall of wickets, but it's been a tough job out there. But you have to bowl it on the wickets to get those opportunities.
Yes. But as one that we play the game, we see something like this, so we have to use our own imaginations, our own concentration on how to play on the wickets when it's all over the place, you know. But what's this batsman name? Zeal. I think he's gonna try to come straight, hit over this head. So I would captain, I bring him straight on the boundary, push mid on and mid off right back, because I think he's gonna go for straight hit.
Yeah, he generally does play straight, so it would be a good call. There's one fielder backward of square. Zeal comes down the track, plays a defensive shot. Another problem that Zimbabwe might face here, they've only ever batted the 45 overs once, and that was yesterday in the game against America, and Zeal straight down the ground for a single. It will be interesting to see if the captain pulls him in for the next ball to Zeal. And everybody's coming in for Gary Griffiths.
Why?
Want to try attack the number 11 batsman, yeah?
He's going to hit over.
Works one around the corner. Smart play by Gary Griffiths and sets off for a single.
Two, actually.
He turns for a second.
Shot.
Can he make it? Needs to slide his bat.
Big round of applause.
Yeah, he's recovering from those two rotator cuff injuries, so doesn't have full
got the crowd support,
accessibility of his shoulders. Can't really lift his arms too high. But the team loving that he's getting his opportunity. He's very capable. There, even a defensive shot getting cheered on by the captain and his daughter.
Yeah. Rotatory cuff is not easy. I've been through that as well. So, cheers to him for being out there, just loving the game. When we love the game, we can't stop, you know. Yes! Actually, he's got the crowd going with him right now. He's just sure what he should have done with the ball.
I would have loved to see if he played that shot, how loud they would have got if he connected it. I'll back him. This is the delivery,
and he turns this one down the leg, running through for one.
I think he's stealing the strike there, farming the strike for the next over. Okay,
yeah.
He's now giving instructions to the senior batsman.
He's a senior player. He's a batsman on strike, so.
He's farming the strike the number 11.
I think he's conking the balls.
The number 11 protecting the number 5 batsman.
You're thinking of it, Declan? And we have Brother Jones on this side here.
Malcolm Jones here, resident comedian. Mel Jones had his nephew watch him yesterday, and what a fantastic day he had behind the stumps to show off in front of his family members. We got chatting last night back at the hotel, and what a fantastic family member. Mel Jones, most certainly the most humble member in the Zimbabwe side. Every time you give him a compliment, he tells you everybody can do what I do. So, but I can tell you for free, not many people can keep as well as we get a wide down the leg side. The keeper did really well to throw his body at that and get behind it. Nod of approval from wicketkeeper batsman Mel Jones. Gary Griffiths practicing the shots again. Looks solid on the defense. I think the plan here for Zimbabwe is for Griffiths to play the supporting role, and when Kenyan Zeal gets on strike, to look for that boundary ball. If they can add another 20 in these last 10 overs, they'll be happy with that. Zimbabwe need to build a score of substance for their bowlers and captain to protect later on. Craig Austin, come on boys, let's get a win under the belt in the YouTube comments. Amanda Jones, if you are watching, I've got your wonderful husband sitting just to the right of me here, so please send another shout out. And he drives one aerial into the covers. A shot that you could have picked on PlayStation. Brian Lara Cricket. Gary Griffiths plays with no fear, drives one past the fielder at short cover, and everybody's pushed back for Kenyan Zeal. If Kenyan Zeal uses his batting IQ, yeah, he'll push one down the ground for a 2 and build the runs in 2s. Take advantage of the field being out. No need to go for the rash shot. Tries to work it around the corner. Happy to give strike back to Gary Griffiths.
Gary Griffiths seems to be the man at the moment.
Gary Griffiths 4 of 16 at the moment. Kenyan Zeal 14 of 21. But I can.
They want the ball at Kenya.
It's the most smiles I've seen on the Zimbabwean dugout all tournament whilst batting. So listen to those cheers as we round up another over. At the end of the 37th over, it's 123 for 9.
123 for 9.
Some turners come in now for Zeal to think of. Pushed all 5. I've got 4 fields out the ring rather. 3 on the leg side. 1 at long off. Zeal front foot defense. Textbook technique from Kenyan Zeal. It is quite interesting that most of that came out wrong. most of the emerging fielders on the boundary are a couple yards in from the boundary, maybe trying to cut off that second run, not fully committing to staying off the field and walking on just onto the boundary. And as Gary Griffiths takes strike, all the fielders called in straight away.
It's not, I don't think they know that he can't free his arms, but I guess think they're looking at him because they don't think he's going to go over the top. This is going to be a bother because he's just a nice solid forward defense. So we have to do something to finish off this innings now.
You know what I do like about this over 60s is the bowlers get very frustrated when the fielders take a long time to get the ball in. There's no sympathy if someone is 61 or 69, 72. If you don't get it in fast enough, the way the bowler likes it, you'll get gears.
That's correct. Have you been covering the over 60s tournament for a while? In Zimbabwe or South Africa anyway?
So I started last year, March. I worked at a tournament down in Cape Town, an international tournament, 6 teams, and I was placed with Zimbabwe, just by fortune and luck. And they really enjoyed my commentary style. They liked that I wasn't afraid to give them some stick for bad shots and bad bowling, and because they always say if you want to play for Zimbabwe over 60s, you have to have a thick skin. And they said I just fitted in quite well with that. They then took me to Harare in October for the Africa Cup, and then very luckily have been brought over to Mississauga to commentate for them at this World Cup. It hasn't gone the way any of us would have wanted, but it's been a fantastic opportunity, and I'm forever grateful to those involved who brought me over and allowed me to do something that I love doing so much.
You know, and that's the most important part. If you love doing it, you're going to enjoy doing it. So what was your take with Zimbabwe versus South Africa? Where was your heart?
So yes, I am a South African and I support South Africa, except in Masters cricket over 60s. Then I am fully Zimbabwean. So we have played each other. I've commentated 4 games between Zimbabwe and South Africa. Zimbabwe have won them all and are the holders of the Procky Cup, and I have the biggest smile on my face after those games. And as one keeps low, Griffiths doing better than the top order, keeping that one out and working it around the corner. Just encouraged to keep going.
Okay, so you know, I can see that you really loving your commentary, and that's something that I'm going to get into as well. You know, since my foot been injured, I've been doing it on a regular basis, but it's something that I love doing and I want to continue doing it. Back home in Bermuda, we have games where we can commentate, but I'm such a busy guy at work sometimes, don't get the time to do it. What a ball.
Yeah, that was an incredible ball. That ball did bounce, but it still beat bat and pad, beat the keeper. Really great delivery from the bowler. Yes, so commentary has been a big love of mine. It's a job that I do on weekends back at home, and then I'm a maths tutor by trade, but had this opportunity, so I told my students for 2 weeks there'll be no
Don't
tutoring.
look for me.
You'll be excited to hear I won't be here, and yeah, just got on the plane. Couple long flights to get here, but really worth it, and it's been such an awesome opportunity to be able to meet and commentate with very experienced commentators from around the world, and then players as well who didn't know that they would like commentary, and you bring them in and have a chat with them, and after the game they say that was a lot of fun commentating. So yeah, it's been good, and it's just so fortunate and so lucky. Sometimes I sulk after the games when Zimbabwe don't win.
Well, yes.
I need a moment away from cricket, and yesterday I went to the shops after we lost, just for an hour. So When people ask why am I here, I just tell them I'm on vacation. I couldn't tell them I'm here for cricket and had to explain how we've done and stuff. So I take it to heart, and I just absolutely love the Zimbabwe over 60 side. Very passionate about them.
I mean, you love the sport, you love the team that you're with, and that's the most important part. So, do you go from South Africa to Zimbabwe to commentary? Do you catch the bus? Or you fly by plane? I think they said the bus is what, about 16 hours?
The bus is too long. That's what I'll tell you. I don't know the price. I know how long. It's too long.
I think I know because of the kind of a relation I had there. She would go from Bermuda to South Africa, and then from South Africa she would catch the bus and drive over to Zimbabwe, to Zim as she called it.
Yeah, she must have really been a special lady, because that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. I just caught 3 flights to get you, and when I got you I was exhausted. So it's they're running a bit skeptical. Yeah, did they make it?
He's giving him
Gary Griffiths. It's the only way they were going to get him out. He looked so solid with bats in hand. The only way they could have taken the wicket was to run him out, and that will be the end of the Zimbabwe innings. 125 all out.
125.
Once again, not able.
125.
Once again, not able to bat their full 45. The hero of the innings, Ian Harris, but the crowd pleaser is certainly a Gary Griffiths as he marches off in disappointment. And a well played innings. Bat under his arm, smile on his face.
Not a worry.
Not a worry in sight. And we'll be back with you shortly. We'll inform you if we're going to take the lunch break or if we'll have a quick turnover and get back on there. The umpires will let you know, and then I will inform you. Thank you for following in this first innings. We do apologize for being late with the production. As we did explain, there were technical issues on our side, but it's all sorted and we're up and running. Myself and Wendell will be with you after this lunch break. good afternoon, and welcome back to the Cricket Academy grounds, where we see the emerging nations trying to chase down the total of 126 for victory. Zimbabwe all bowled out for 125 in the 40th over. Early wicket from Peter Sands Thomas in his first over, then an expensive second. Pulled out of the attack, Rory McWade, the bowling change. He too goes for a boundary. One batsman doing all the destruction, and it's him again. Rafi goes over the top. A fielder put back, but worked away over the covers. He's the one batsman that's just decided in this fixture to attack every delivery. Playing pure cricket shots, but willing to hit through the line of the ball. A wicket-keeper batsman. Rambo now needing to find an answer for this attacking batter. We do apologize for any freezing that you do see on your YouTube feeds. We are running from a generator and trying to fix it as quickly as possible. The internet has also been struggling in our location today. After 6 overs, emerging nations 30 for 1. A fantastic start from the bat of Rafi. He's the one batsman that has looked very comfortable out there, looking to play over the top and through the line of the ball. Batting with no fear, nothing to lose. A pitch that has been troublesome for most batsmen. Many of the deliveries keeping low, sliding underneath the bat. Have to play straight and forward on these wickets, as we see Rafi again getting a leaning edge to that mid-wicket region. A 5-4 field set here by the Zim captain. Man at 45 on the leg side, man at short square leg. two of those men have to work for the ball as it splits them. A man at cow corner or deep mid wicket, and then a mid on. Have a short third man, a point. And I'm back. We do apologize again for the issues that we have had with the production. Not of fault to anyone in the production crew. Arrived here and were unaware that there was no power. They made a plan with the generator, and then we had problems with the generator and the Wi-Fi signal. So seems for now we're up and running. When technology doesn't work, first things to do, turn it all off and restart, and that's what we've done. But what a fantastic start this has been for the emerging nations. 41 for 1 after 7.5 overs, chasing the diminutive score of 126 for victory, looking for their first victory in this IMC over 60s World Cup. Zimbabwe victoryless in it's 4 out on the leg side for Rory McWade. Mid-on, mid-wicket, short square leg, then a very wide backward square leg. Miss Wings hyphen ZW generator and no internet. Glad we brought the essentials. Zimbabwe flag. Miss Wings. The essentials are the Zimbabwe spirit and dance moves. They have been fantastic after the games. Unfortunately for yourself and the rest of the Zimbabwe supporters and myself as the commentator, it's been a difficult World Cup for our boys. They're trying to get their first victory here, but we do apologize for that loss in connection once again, but we're back up and running. 41 for 1 after 8, a change in both. Worked off the pads there. 2 runs taken to Wayne Jones, and that's the 50 for the Emerging Nations. I've got the cool, calm and collected Shanti sitting here next to me. Says there's still a long way to go in this innings, but a positive start for his team. Rafi there again, forward defensive into the covers. He's been incredible. He sits on 38 runs off 29 deliveries. A match-winning innings this could be for Rafi. You feel that as long as he's there, Zimbabwe will be under pressure. He works that into the vacant mid-wicket area. Rory McWade's been uncharacteristically expensive in his spell. 22 coming off his 2.5 overs. And that's the end of the McWade over. 51 for 1 after 10. Looks like Didi doing the water duties there for Rafi.
Come Didi. Job well done.
Ajith now singing for Didi. Some good spirit happening here in the Emerging Nations tent. The commentary booth placed right in the front of the tent. Players having to dodge past us to have a look what's going out there in the middle. Ian Harris looking to get more wickets. Harris tosses one up. It's played around. That's going to race away for another boundary. Again, off the bat of Rafi, he marches now to 43. What an innings this has been by the wicketkeeper batsman. He's probably the one man that will know the pitch the best, having kept for 40 overs, watching the ball keep low. He's batted fearlessly. Fantastic technique for a top order batsman. More head scratching to be done by the Zimbabwe bowling unit as the wind picks up the Emerging Nations flag, almost like a victory salute to the batsman. What a moment. The flag flies high here next to us, according to Shanti. And Rafi comes down the track. He's going to find the fielder out on the boundary or on the bounce. But just looking so positive. And for those of you that have just tuned in, hopefully later we can repost the national anthems. The Emerging Nations had one of the most awesome songs and anthems at the start of today's play. Many of the Zimbabwe players caught bobbing their heads to the song and enjoying the music. So we look forward to socializing after the game, hearing each other's music. Zimbabwe themselves have a couple songs written by their wicketkeeper batsman, John Jamison, and his sister, with the assistance of AR. 3 different styles: country, western, reggae and Afro beats. And Harris asked the question, unfortunately for Zimbabwe, denied again. But Zimbabwe in real danger of leaving this World Cup 0 from 7. An unprecedented loss of games and run of form. And at the end of the 11th over, it's 57 for 1. Andre on 9 of 30. And Rafi on 44 of 34 deliveries. Change of bowler, Kenyan Zeal into the attack. McWade slightly expensive. And the skipper forced to make a change. Can Zeal be the man to break this partnership? The important wicket, the wicket of Rafi, the way he has gone today. If he continues for another 5 or 6 overs, you feel this game will be over quickly. Kenyan Zeal looking to build pressure. Can he take a wicket on this delivery? It's a full toss. There's a possibility of it being a no ball as well, and it's been whipped away backward of square for 4 runs. And here comes a free hit to the man that's been striking the ball like a friend playing against his mates in the backyard. That means Rafi will sit on 48 runs with a free hit. Can he reach his milestone? Rafi comes down the wicket. It's a missed stumping opportunity. And now is bold. Kenyan Zeal breaks through the defenses of Rafi. Unfortunately, doesn't get to that 50 milestone, missing the free hit. And he leaves the crease 48 runs off 37. It's a well-played innings. Has he battered his side to a victory? The skipper Greg McDonald calling everybody in, wants to have a word with them now. What a fantastic innings, and I'm sure he'll walk off to a warm round of applause from his Emerging Nations teammates. The rest of the batting lineup now have a lot of work to do. As Didi said earlier in this commentary stint, cricket is a funny game and there's still a lot of time left in it.
I was not ready actually. I should have moved. The bad thing was I just put the bat. My fault was that.
And the new batsman just taking off where Rafi left it. Finds a space in the covers. LJ Clegg 65. A few more quick wickets and tight fielding, you can still win at Zim. It's going to be a tough afternoon for Zimbabwe, and they're going to have to fight back to get this victory. Looking for their first victory, but that wicket from Kenyan Zeal breaking that partnership and taking Emerging Nations to 66 for 2 really is helping Zimbabwe. Ian Harris unfortunately had a loss in the family overnight, and really wanted to make a 50 today. Batted beautifully for his 38. The only Zim batter that found it easy out there. We do send our thoughts and love to the Harris family clan and to all of those who have lost a dear friend overnight, and a family member, of course. And Harris batted with his white boots for his two daughters, Jessie and Sarah, who gave him gears, and you can see today bowling in his tackies, maybe just looking for comfort over a fashion. And shortly we're going to have the Emerging Nations anthem played for you over the live stream. A wonderful song. So we're just waiting for one of the players to find it for us. They've got a long version and a short version. And I'm not sure which one they're going to play for us, but it will be enjoyed either way. It's a fantastic song written by one of the players.
71.
It's another wide down the leg side for Zimbabwe. Just haven't been able to find the same line and length that the Emerging Nations bowled with. I know a couple of the batsmen were disgruntled with their dismissals in the first innings, but you have to give credit to the Emerging Nations bowlers. They bowled wicket to wicket, and they gave themselves the opportunity to hit the pads and the stumps, and it happened on a few occasions. Zimbabwe just too wide too often. That one keeping a bit low, but well kept out by the batsman as he squeezes it to the leg side. Ian Harris does the tidying up. 75 for 2 after 14. 1 over until the first drinks break. And it's going to be Ian Harris to continue. Daughters Sarah and Jessie, I'm sure, will be watching. Got to watch your dad girls play some paddle the other day. An elite paddle player. Tells me tennis is still his first love when it comes to racket sports, but enjoys some paddle. As Wendell hops back into the commentary box. Little does we know, we're about to go to a drinks break. And they head into the drinks break. During just after the drinks break, though, we will come back to you live, where we hear the Emerging Nations anthem.
Wide. No ball. No ball. It's a free hit.
Right, as you can hear, we have got the human megaphone back next to us. Wendell from the Emerging Nations. We start off the drinks break with a no ball from the slow right arm bowling of Harris. He floats it up. The batsman would have had eyes like saucers. A call of 3 coming here, but that definitely won't happen to the arm of Andy Walton. Opening batter Wendell, must be a left-hander, loves to hit it hard, from Barbados. Currently lives in Bermuda. Stepped in a sprinkler hole. And did his Achilles. Is it straight back past the bowler? An opportunity. A slim opportunity, but one nonetheless. Skipper Greg McDonald after it. Can he get down there? It's a massive field out here at the academy. And Wendell's talking sweet words here in my ear. I'll give him the mic now. Currently wearing the headset like a selfish commentator. But what Wendell has organized for us, and something I promised you earlier on in today's commentary stint, was the Emerging Nations anthem. As he's played it back onto his stumps. That's very unfortunate for the batsman. And we'll maybe give it a minute or two in this somber moment, because the song is really one that is upbeat and lively. But another wicket falls here for the Emerging Nations. They need to build a partnership. Ian Harris with the double celebration. A wicket that will mean a lot to his family on a day like today. .81 for 3 after 14 and a half overs. Drinks was taken 1 over early as one of the batsmen had an injury that needed attending to. And smart move by the umpires not to delay the game before the drinks break, so just called drinks early. Right, Wendell, is that song ready for all of our listeners? To those of you listening, please do enjoy the song. And it's about 17 and a half hours long, so we won't have to listen. No, it's 3.5 minutes of pure joy. So please enjoy listening to the anthem of the Emerging Nations.
On the grass.
fantastic song there, Wendell, and maybe you can tell us who came up with the song. Someone would have had to write the lyrics.
Me.
Oh, goodness gracious. It can't be true, Wendell. It can't be true. As we see the fantastic wicketkeeper batsman here in front of us, and it's slow death from umpire Victor.
Yes, that beautiful anthem. That was written by the man here, his son. His son was written by his son, and he put it into AI and come up with that beautiful rhythm of that song. It's really good. It's lovely. And you say you got some similar to that. So no matter when we win, we're gonna still have that party.
And you must be Zimbabwean that you say when we win. You know what I found so interesting about this tournament and the songs and AR? Shanti, obviously over the age of 60, competing in this tournament, says he's the one that put it into AR. John Jamison, 71 years old, created 3 of our songs using AR. I'm 35 and I am petrified of using AR. I've never used AR for anything. And they always say that you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but it seems like the men in the over 60s, they don't count themselves as old men. They're young, fresh sportsmen and ready to use AR to assist them. And what a beautiful song that is. So yes, John Jamison and his, I think it is his sister, both very musically talented, and they composed 3 of the songs, also using AR. And I'm sure after this fixture we'll be listening to many of the songs. It's a pity both teams can't win today, but what I can say, Wendell, is both teams desperate to get the victory at the end of this game.
Yes, both things are very desperate. So I think it's evenly poised right now for the 2 teams. So whoever come on top is a victory for both of us, because we compete in this competition together and we end on a good, happy note together.
Yeah, I can definitely see the competitive side of Rafi coming out now, that he can't impose on the game anymore. He's finished fielding. He's had his turn to batted brilliantly for his 48. But giving key words of advice to each batting pair. And Shanti saying that he's going to teach us some new songs here. And,
So you go to Suno, you go to AI, and you give the lyrics and say, I want like South African theme. You got to tell this AI what kind of theme you want. So I gave the 2010 World Cup South Africa soccer. I was there. I was there in South Africa.
South Africa, a great country, Shanti. So he's just saying he goes to Suno on the AR generated app, and you put the lyrics in, and then you choose what theme you want. And he chose the theme song from the South African FIFA World Cup, and that would be the Waka song, I believe, sung by Shakira. Yeah, you're so good, you got to say her name twice. Now that I hear it, it's an even better song. South African vibes in it. I'll take it. Very, very proud South African.
Inspired by South African 2010 Soccer World Cup.
Shanti, I know your name is similar to Shakira, because every time someone calls you in this team Shanti, they also say it twice. Shanti. And then you go like Shakira. So difficult to say her name only once. Her music influencing the world. The one performer in the world that has performed at the most soccer World Cups. I think she's now done 6 soccer World Cups, and every soccer World Cup she looks younger and younger. So really talented musician. There's a question asked there. Wendell saying you can't give him out when he comes so far down the track. Rafi in front of us here, still disappointed he's not out there in the middle enjoying his time. But what an innings that was, Rafi. Thank you for entertaining us from the side. One thing I can tell you, Rafi, the viewers at home from Zimbabwe are very happy to know that you are out and sitting here next to us. You seem like the one batsman that found it so easy to make the runs, as Harris delivers a characteristic lob ball. Not afraid to give it some flight is Ian Harris, as the wind starts to pick up. The Emerging Nations flag flying high once again.
Very, very high. First time I'm feeling so good because I'm just on the verge of winning. Listen. Listen to this music. Listen to this. Not that.
And another wide as that one slides down the leg side. So at the moment, Zimbabwe giving away too many extras, trying to defend 126. Kenyan zeal continuing as the wind picks up. Will this create some deception for the batsman?
More seagulls are coming around. Stay with him, Arnold. Stay with him.
That's a big heave-ho coming there from the batsman. And Wendell getting excited here. Absolutely love the spirit from the Barbados man. Now residing in Bermuda. Not the triangle, of course.
I've got a few South African friends in Bermuda who's working there. One that used to play with us in one who played World Cup for Bermuda, named Salim Mukadin, who was supposed to travel with the South African team. He lived in Bermuda for a while, very well known as, and there's a good few more that stays with that were into cricket as well, and still is playing cricket. So I'm going to try to get Nicholas into Bermuda one day to do some commentary on the biggest game in Bermuda called Cricket Cup match. 2-day game. It goes on for 2 days.
The dream is to one day do a long format game. I think any cricketer deep down, if you love cricket, you love a test match, and to commentate on a 2, 3, 4 day game, 5 days would be an absolute honor and pleasure. Just to get to talk cricket for so long, you find out facts about the players. As you see the batsman trust in the bounce there, running one down, just fine of a short third man. And skipper Greg McDonald, hands on hips, thinking what can he do next. For Zimbabwe to win this game, Wendell, they're going to have to bowl the Emerging Nations out. 89 for 4 after 17 and a half. It's Not too many runs left for victory. 37 needed off 27 overs. Just over 1 and a bit for victory per over. And that's a lovely quick single there, showing the urgency that they want. Wayne Parham gets rid of that ball quickly, trying to enforce a run out.
You know, Nick, as I always say, the smallest runs are the hardest runs to get. And in a tense situation, a couple of wickets fall, then it brings panic into the situation. You know, but if you continue batting positive, it will, I think we asked about rolling the wicket. I think the wicket is playing a little different since it got rolled. The ball is bouncing a little bit more, so that's it's good in my favor. So you see, me as a captain, I would have told them I don't want it rolled. I would have leave it the same way.
Yeah, absolutely. I hear those sentiments as we see a change in bowling. Andrew Walton back into the attack. He hasn't bowled in a fixture in this World Cup, but I have seen him bowl before. It can politely be called doubly dobblers.
18.
I can tell you that he was practicing his bowling at the lunch break against the Portaloos, using them as a stump and warming up those shoulders. I can tell you that he was practicing his bowling against the Portaloos. You know, I'll tell you, he looked like he's batting. I think if he gets on to bowl, everyone will get excited. Let's just put it that way.
They will get excited, including the batsman.
As Andy Walton looks to take a wicket in his second spell. Really needs to do a job for his captain in these middle overs, create some pressure. As you mentioned, a couple of wickets here could bring nerves into the camp of the emerging nations. That one driven straight down the ground, but to the field at extra cover. Walton attacks again.
No, Achilles. Fracture. Ankle. The Achilles tendon.
That one guarded to short third man. Kenyan Zeal doing the clean-up work. And is that a no ball indicated by the umpire?
He said a no. Somebody was indicated there.
Just wondering if the umpire was just stretching that arm or if he was showing a no ball. Looks like it's just a dot on screen. We'll trust the scorers. They've been fantastic throughout the tournament. Was that an opportunity for a catch?
We wouldn't know. Everything else should be an opportunity because it's too close, it's too tense. It's the battle for the finish, so it's going to be played hard. We can get two here, up and down for two. Yes, at the end of the over here, we're looking like 93 runs, chasing one 25. 93. I'll change the score.
And Superman Wendell has to commentate, has to do the scoring, has to make sure the batsmen stay calm before they go out there, has to give advice, and has to be the DJ when we need music played. So top man and the
1993.
emerging nations 93 for 4 after 19.
1993. That's the year you're born, I bet you that.
You just lost $100.
Captain likes me.
He likes that you're not playing, I guess. So, take a break from. Skip, put me in now. Put me in now. I'm ready. Pick me.
I'll tell you a story.
Is it a story that can be heard by the viewers, or do I need to mute the mic?
Yeah, he could be heard.
All right, I'll give you the mic now. We just changing bowling here. Wayne Parham into the attack.
I remember the first game I just meeting him, the skipper, and we were playing against Sri Lanka, and I was batting and punching about 4. So I focus different when I'm batting, and the skipper was like, "Whitey, come on." I said, "Skip, I got this. Just leave it alone." Because he wanted me to watch the game and say, "I don't do that." So he said, "I got this." And then he said, "Oh, that's my man. That's my man going to." So, we all have our own different ways of focusing on the game.
So you saying before you go into bat, you don't watch what's happening out there? Do you just, as we see a big hoik here to the leg side, it lands safely. Lots of work for the two fielders to do. Ian Harris will beat Rory McWade to it. Turns and looks to get the throw in quickly. It's a lovely throw there from Ian Harris. So we look to our right here. We see a batsman warming up, hitting a few shots. Can you walk us through your warm-up process? Where are you focusing? What are you focusing on? Are you just listening to music, doing your own thing? I'm assuming you're a top order batsman.
Yeah, basically I am a number. Well, I open all my life, but I'm a number 3 bat. I can bat 4, but what I focus when I think I just focus. I listen to music. And that helps me. I don't really look at the game just to see what it's doing, but that focusing on my music is like a calmer for me. And while that going on as well, my brain is focusing, like telling myself what to do. And once I cross that line, I look to the sky, sun shines in my eyes, and then, my game begins from there.
Now, I often see a top order batsman look up and get the sun in their eyes, but I never understood it as a lower order batsman. I always just thought, why would you do that? You're going to see white spots now when you're batting. And you're facing a white ball. That's a problem for me. I just need to see one white dot, not all of them. But that's my lower orderness coming in.
That, believe it or not, it helps. From sitting in the dark, it helps you to clear up your pupils and bring the brightness back into your eyes, and then you go from there. So it looks crazy, but it is a reason why.
I saw Hashim Amla do it, and he used to score all the runs. So I used to pretend to do it, but I was too scared to look too far up and see extra dots. So I just accepted it. But I do understand the theory behind that, because I know a lot of guys sit in the dugout with sunglasses on, and that really affects them when they go out to bat, when they take those glasses off. The score now 95 for 4. That one keeps low, but it's not on the stumps, so no reward for Zimbabwe. That one sliding down the leg side. Umpire saying not wide enough, fortunately, there for Zimbabwe. Just too many extras when trying to defend this diminutive total of 125, 126 for victory.
Just got to give to my son. Not for my legs, my neck.
Wendell with a big smile on his face, feeling like they are in a winning position, but also because he was given a gift.
For the round.
It's a spine massager. Driven straight down the ground to the captain, Greg McDonald. He'll have a sore body after this week. He's been throwing himself around in the field. Yet to meet a captain similar to Greg McDonald, a humble man, but somehow brought all these personalities and egos together. Not easy captaining a side of men who believe they can do everything, and sometimes you have to let them know that there are limits to their abilities, and yet still have them back all your decisions and trust you in your process. So he is one of the main men that started the veterans cricket in Zimbabwe and got it running. One phone call from a man in South Africa named Roger Malt, an ex-university friend of his, and Greg made a couple of phone calls and got the 23, 24 guys together over the age of 60 and started veterans cricket. Wayne Parham, nicknamed Pops, will continue from the commentator's end. 96 for 4 after 21. Emerging nations, Wendell trying to win this in a hurry.
I beg to differ. That one is hit high over the head. That's 4 runs. 100 up for the emerging nations. 100 up. You mentioned that I'm trying to win it in a hurry, and I don't want to win it. I just want to win it. But Arnie, he just played a brilliant shot there, that over the head of the mid-on into the boundary for 4. So with Arnie there, I know I'm comfortable that we can get home easy, comfortable.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Pops has got a hat-trick in him. I smell it. That will really bring this game to life. He goes over the top again, no fielder back. This time work for Kenyan Zeal. That's 4 more runs off the bowling, and fantastic batting here by this pair of emerging nations batters. One off drive over the top, one on drive over the top. 104 for 4. Zimbabwe have had an issue taking wickets. Yesterday losing to America by 6 wickets. Earlier in the week losing to West Indies by 6 wickets. They have struggled to take wickets in this tournament. And batsmen win matches, bowlers win tournaments. Fielding changes being made here, Wendell. The captain's brain being racked by all these boundaries. It was right on cue by the batsman. Now running one down to third man. A miscommunication. As someone in the crowd just walking past here. It's a packed stadium around us. Just really wanting the emerging nations to win and letting an outburst out there. They're just waving at us from a distance. It's okay, sir, don't worry about that. We mentioned they're looking to do it in a hurry. 2 4s and a couple of singles. This is a massive over in the context of the game. And our man Wendell, a big smile on his face. Miss Wings ZW. Well done, Greg, for all you have done for cricket in Zimbabwe. He has done so much, so I'll be sure to pass that on to him. Thank you for all of you that have sent comments in on the live chat. It's been a pleasure to interact with you through the YouTube live chat channels in this tournament, the IMC Over 60s World Cup. Gregor McDonald, a captain of all captains, a man that is so humble and yet so talented the king of paddle in my eyes. A fantastic tennis player, a hockey player, a cricketer, most importantly, a family man and a dad to 4 wonderful kids. The score now 106 for 4 after 22.
22. So, Nick, what's the next journey from here when you go back?
Walton looking for a wicket, pitches it up, driven straight into the covers. So my next journey is back to my day job. So I'll take a flight from here to Doha. 8 beautiful hours on a plane. And as you can see from my size, Wendell, it's going to be a very comfortable ride. I'm so small and have so much legroom on a plane. It's really comfortable. And then a short stop in Doha, then a 14-hour flight to Johannesburg, which will even be more comfortable. And I did have a middle seat on the way here, so that was an interesting flight. The poor people next to me, it was quite something. And then, yeah, hopefully I get invited to a couple more tournaments in the future and get the opportunity to commentate. I'd love to do another Zimbabwe over 60s tournament. I have so much love for this team. As we see the emerging nations look for it too. That is fantastic running from this batting pair. They really have just upped the emphasis with the running between the wickets. I see the tournament director is here, Akshay. He's been so good at showing face at all the games every single day. I think barring the very first game, I've got to interview Akshay or bring him in on the commentary. And I know he's been showing his face at all the venues. Not easy when everybody's calling you. He gets about 7 phone calls every time he does a commentary stint. And that one's cut away into space, backward a point. Work for the short third man, Kenyan Zeal. And it's another couple runs in favor of emerging nations, really racing away to an emphatic victory over Zimbabwe. 110 for 4. Now we're just going to confirm with the scorers. Peter Sands Thomas back into the attack. Bonk. This is Wendell's favorite batter after Gary Griffiths, the man that loves to walk while batting. Peter Sands Thomas. Wendell back into the attack.
Yes. It's been a lovely day. Weather been good. I'm feeling good. Zimbabwe's feeling good. We all having a good time here. Hello to those people out there in Zimbabwe. Good night to you, those people in Zim. Still beautiful sunshine here in Canada. Oh, Lord. Drop down. It's beginning to become very windy.
It's all going hectic. Yeah, if the camera has moved, it's just because it was falling. And one of us, and I'll tell you, it wasn't the opening batter, had good reflexes. No wonder I don't have to look up at the sun before I've batted. So it's all natural. It was just very fortunate there. And the producer has done such a great job today getting us back online. Ravi and all. That's what we had to tell Emerging Nations so that he could get a keyring. Just making sure that the camera is back up and running. The angle looks correct again. Wendell and I are not trusting this gusty wind, so just holding the tripod. Another good shot, another good run, Wendell. This batting pair, you mentioned you trusted you guys would get to this total with these two still out there in the middle.
Sure. That is absolutely correct. It's no hurry to get there. Ones and twos and the odd boundary. Ones, twos and the odd boundary. We have the world of time to get there. So, sensible batting, and we reach home. Lots of time to spare.
It's 112 for 4 after 23 and a half overs. Peter Sands Thomas looking to get a breakthrough, giving Zimbabwe some hope. That ball missed by the keeper, and it's going to be bars here. How many depends on the batsman's running between the wickets, and they'll come back for a second. Again, excellent running from this pair. Wendell called it early. He said this pair would be the pair to trust. At one stage, it looked like Rafi was going to finish this game off by himself. He was teeing off with the 4-iron down the back 9, but the wicket was taken unceremoniously.
This is the 24th. 2 balls left.
Missed a free hit, did Rafi, and next ball was bowled. He lost his wicket for 48. But this is going to be some victory and some celebration, I'm sure, from the emerging nations when they get this done.
It's going to be a celebration. I promise those people that I'm going to dance when we win, because this will be our first win, and I'm going to dance. You ready to see me dance?
No, I told you I don't take losing very well, and I sometimes sulk. I might just put my own music on and go sit somewhere and face the opposite direction.
And then come back.
Maybe when the bus comes.
You promised me we're going to have some.
No, there'll be good fun afterwards. This is the final game. We came here to win cricket games as a Zimbabwe squad. We haven't been able to do so, but we'll still make sure that we enjoy our time. Yeah, and you guys have had such good spirit here on the side of the field, and I'm sure out there in the middle as well. So Zimbabwe, I'm sure, will enjoy a couple of cold beverages after this with some good music and some good dance. Or let me just say some dancing. It's not good from all the players, but let me just say some dancing. And so change of bowler, Rory McWade back into the attack, switching ends. Was unsuccessful from the commentator's end, bowling from the Forest end now. Wendell hoping to do a trick here for his skipper. That's cut away.
But, it should be good dancing because African rhythm is so beautiful. So those people in the Africa, in the Zim in South Africa, they can dance. So I'm hoping to see you. Show me your rhythm.
They don't want earthquakes here as he nearly chops one on.
Stay positive.
The calls from the crowd again. Yeah, massive crowd in here for this 13th, 14th place. Also known as the wooden spoon.
I remember speaking to the man in charge there and asking if rolling the wicket would make a difference, and it did. It did make a big difference, don't you think?
Yes, I think a lot less balls have misbehaved as bad. I think there's still one or two that have kept low, but maybe not as low. The Zimbabwe batters will feel that they were hard done by. A couple just rolled. It looked like it rolled from here underneath their bats, but I did have a word with them, and I said, you have to credit the bowlers from emerging nations, because for it to hit the stumps and hit your pads, they had to bowl it straight. And I don't think Zimbabwe have bowled straight enough on this wicket to cause those issues for the emerging nations.
Absolutely correct. Well spoken. So because I can see it's bouncing a little higher, so that's why I think we can play the cut like that one. Again, and we're getting there, slowly but surely.
You see what you've done, Wendell. My mom is now on the YouTube chat there. LJ Clegg 65. Yes, Nick, let's see your rhythm. But she knows I've got no rhythm, so I don't know why she's exposing me. She knows I got no rhythm. My mom is Scottish, and I don't think the Scottish are known too much for their dancing. So my brother, he's got rhythm though. He's got good rhythm. Can carry a beat and stuff. I don't even think I can clap on tune. So it's but you never know. Good music, everyone starts to bob their head, move their shoulders, and next thing your hips and feet follow. So
Don't worry, Mom. Don't worry, Mom. I'll teach him a few.
and that's from a man from the Barbados Islands, currently living in Bermuda. Peter Sands Thomas Bonk looking to take wickets. I'm sure Ola, his girlfriend, fiance, will be watching from the Ukraine. She's watches all his games, and then they have a video call. No matter what time of the day it is in the Ukraine, she calls straight afterwards. The first forward defensive shot we have seen in many overs. It's been attacking cricket from the emerging nations, and I think maybe that's the difference. The Zimbabweans try to bat for the pitch to get better later on, and were maybe a bit too defensive instead of just playing through the line of the ball and taking their chances. That one keeping low. That's 2 defensive shots in a row. Are the emerging nations starting to feel the pressure? A couple of wickets here, and Zimbabwe are back in it.
That would be nice, but I'm confident that my two boys, are going to bring it in. They're very watchful, experienced cricketers. So, I mean, he's bowling well. So we can see him off. Yeah.
You know why Wendell went quiet there, everyone? It's because the ball went up in the air just off screen, and there was nearly a wicket. I nearly had a positive commentator's curse, a commentator's blessing, but unfortunately just fell safe for all Zimbabwe fans. I think sometimes it's better that the fans can't see where the ball goes off screen, because they might be disappointed when there's no fielder there. So a really good over from Peter Sands Thomas.
Bowling very well. Stump.
117 for 4. 9 runs needed off 19.3 overs. That's less than a run and over. The required run rate 0.47. You can literally run halfway, say no, and go back.
Just go back and come again. So.
What I will say, and it's a great sportsmanship from the Zim captain, often allowing drinks to go onto the field. The batting pair, for those that are unaware, actually need to ask the umpires, and then they ask the captain, and he can say yes or no. I mean, when you do say no, it is quite strongly frowned upon, but he still has that right, and he's just nodded it on every time. He understands, over the age of 60, hydration is important. It's been quite a hot day today. We're sitting in the shade, and there is a cool breeze, but out there in the sun, it can't be comfortable the whole time for these batsmen. So good on the capper there. Greg McDonald, really just a fantastic human, and if you speak to any team that's played against him, Greg McDonald's name is the first that comes up. They speak about his humility and character.
9 runs, Sean.
9 runs needed off 19 overs. Rory McWade to continue. It's always strange in a cricket game how it gets more tense when the runs get into single digits. All of a sudden the batsman shouldering arms to the ball, leaving it, defensive shots coming. But 2 shots the way that they've been playing all game, and then they've leveled the scores. So it's just interesting. You mentioned it earlier, the smaller the total of runs to get, the more pressure the batsmen seem to feel.
That is correct. Even sometimes the bowler just seems to fall under some pressure as well. But just as you said, two boundaries, and it's over. Or we have enough time, we can get 9 singles. You know, so either way. And the bowler under pressure, sometimes you can bowl a wide, you know. So it's a lovely game. It's going to played in very high spirit, both teams.
Yo!
That one kept a little bit low. He patted it up, and it just passes the off stump. Ani, a very, very experienced cricketer. Very, very experienced. He's going to bring it home for us. I think the bowler's trying a few tricks here right now. He's pushing it through, he's floating it. So, well, if you want me, come for me. But Ani, he's not taking it on. Over the top. No! Spectator shouting 2, 2, 2. No, we don't need to right now. My friend Nick is just laughing. It's being awesome here. You know, it's coming to the end, so we don't need to lose no more wickets. So, you know, everybody's a coach right now, Nick.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone in my mind, I was saying go for 3.
18. When the win is coming, everybody's a coach right now. No, yes, no, don't.
Lots of excitement coming around us. As mentioned earlier, we are in the Emerging Nations shed, and it's been fantastic just to listen to all the different languages going around here, and it's amazing that people that speak so many different languages can unite, play in one sport, many nations, and it's just an truly incredible outcome for the Emerging Nations to get this victory. All the cards stacked against them as they entered this tournament as the 14th team. They look like they're on their way to their first victory. Shoulders arms. I love when a batsman just shoulders arms to a delivery near the end of a run chase, but the run chase they've been explosive and dominant, aggressive batting. All of a sudden gets into single figures, and we can afford to take a couple dot balls. It's quite amusing. Sans Thomas in again. I wasn't sure if that hit the bails, but it looks like the keeper's gloves rather hit the stumps. Wendell quickly corrected me there. He's been watching like a hawker. I think there's going to be a few disappointed Zimbabweans just looking around the field, hands on hips, shoulders shrugged, heads a bit down. It's been a dominant display here from the Emerging Nations. They did so well with the ball, only allowing one partnership really to thrive through Wayne Parham and Ian Harris, and then 2 batting collapses, the top order and then the lower order just collapsing. I think when I went back and looked at my notes, Zimbabwe lost 4 wickets for 40 runs at the top, and then the last 5 wickets falling for 25 runs, and that's down the ground straight over the bowler's head, and 4 more runs. That's going to take it to 122.
122. 122.
4 to win.
4.
You've never seen a nation so excited like the Emerging Nations right now. Everybody checking how many runs left to win. Are they going to try to do it in one shot?
No, I wouldn't. If it's there, yes. If it is there, we finish it in a glory. But if it's not there, we just play it and just continue playing the way we were playing. Let's see how it goes. As he said, he does go forward defensive, making sure that he's there at the end. Stays forward defensive to that one. Sensible batting. Forward defense again as this comes to the end of the over. So 122 for 4.
Wendell getting gears here from his teammates, but it was a fantastic shot straight down the ground, and it took them to within one shot of victory. I thought, oh, it's your man, Wendell. Gary Griffiths into the attack. Gary Griffiths getting an over. The crowd favorite, fan favorite, Gary Griffiths, nicknamed Gigi. What a man this guy is. He is a fantastic team man.
Whose name is who's name? The other Gigi. It's Gordon Greenwich, so he have a famous nicknames.
Jeez, I think you'll have to tell him that afterwards. You'll have some funny comeback. Oh, he looks like he's... Oh, I thought he had him. I thought it went straight to the field at mid-wicket. The batsman coming for a single. Wendell thought he had sunk the batsman first ball there. And it just went over the head of Andy Walton at a wide mid-wicket. Gary Griffiths looking to get his first wicket in this World Cup. What a World Cup it would be for him. That one swept around the corner, backward of square. And as you can hear, well enjoyed by the emerging nations.
Not yet, guys. Not yet. They haven't gone. They haven't gone. It's not gone yet. It's gone yet. They didn't run.
They only ran one.
They ran only one? Come on. They only ran one? They ran one.
It looked like
But the flag is
124.
The flag is in now.
that ball maybe not crossing the flags. They've got a flag bearer here.
124.
He comes down the track. LBW appeal from Gary Griffiths.
He almost did it.
He's looking for that elusive first wicket.
Don't get out.
The emerging nation side getting nervous here. A couple of wickets. Could throw a cat amongst the pigeons. Gary Griffiths driven through the covers. They're going to come back for a second. And that is the victory for the emerging nations. Their first victory and a no ball. And that's the game. Emerging nations. Emerging nations with an emphatic first victory at this IMC Over 60s World Cup. I'm going to hand over to Wendell just to share the joy of his team.
First victory, awesome guys. It's been a beautiful competition. I'm in my glory now. Celebrating my first win. I'm very excited. As a team that put together from all around the world, we have the talent, but it's just unfortunate that we just started coming into our own on the second last game, and today we pick up our first victory. So it shows that we go home, come together, start planning together, so when we come back for the next one in 2 years' time, we will be a team to be reckoned with. So I want to say congratulations to Zimbabwe as well for playing. Unfortunately, we were playing for that elusive spot, a win. We got that one, and it's no love lost, and it's been a blessing. It's been a pleasure here for you guys, and as we go out, we will celebrate. I promise you guys that I would dance if I win. So we can get some music. And I'm going to show you some rhythm, mate.
Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be some viewers staying tuned for that. But luckily, the cameras won't be on us when we dance. Thank you for following throughout this IMC Over 60s World Cup. If you are a Zimbabwe fan, don't give up on your boys. They've had a difficult tournament, but they are a fantastic team. It's been a pleasure to converse with many of you on the live chats over the last 7 games and 2 weeks of cricket. This Zimbabwe side, a very special side. Peter Sands Thomas just saying thank you to everyone as he walks off, led by the fantastic skipper Greg McDonald. Unfortunately unable to get that first victory, but please stay tuned for the post-match presentations. We'll be back with you shortly after 10 minutes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This concludes the playoffs for the IMC Over 60s World Cup 2026. Today, today we created another history on Canadian soil that many of you might not be aware. And this is in the entire IMC tournament. For the very first time, 7 international one-day ODI played on 7 different locations on one single day. You guys can imagine the logistics involved to deliver. We tried our level best at the Canadian level, and really I'm incredibly proud being a Canadian that we made our Canada proud. So clap for everyone, guys. Thank you. Today's game results is in front of us. Zimbabwe batted first and they scored 125 in 40 overs, and in 29 overs, Emerging Nation, they have chased and won the game. Congratulations, team IMC Emerging Nation. Guys, there was a history. When we were doing the draft, Greg was there, and then we were thinking that there are odd number of teams. How can we have the equal draft? And then the idea came up, and then they say, okay, let's have emerging nations, because there are multiple nations. They have players, but they cannot form a team. So this is the great initiative by IMC Over 60s Age Group Committee, supported by the IMC country and then international panel, and then they were supported open arm that okay, this is what we want to do. Let's go ahead and proceed. So thanks to IMC leadership team, thanks to Over 60s Age Group Committee for this initiative that all the emerging nations team got a chance to play. Clap for your guys. Okay, so without further delay, another thing that also I would like to share. Today is another historical moment that our legendary umpire and the chairman of IMC UP, Mr. Peter Tate, has also done 101 IDA International umpiring today. So he's winning captain, Rafiullah, to Safiullah.
Thanks everyone. First of all, I'm very happy to be called second in this one tournament, because usually they call the winning captain on second. I was the first in the whole of the tournament till now, and now I'm happy with that. Yeah, this is first thing. And second thing, we really enjoyed the game, because it's again, as I said before, that it's all about in 60s. You're not fighting. You're enjoying the game. It's more of friendship than the fights. And I was very happy. You have done very good job in this start. You have started good, but it all happens. There are certain reasons for all the teams, because I know you also have become tired after playing 6 games, and we had the same thing. But anyways, our team we did and we all enjoyed together. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ravi. Thank you. Well said, yeah. So guys, this IMC tournament is mainly number 1, participation, number 2, competition, number 3, building the network and friendship, and number 4, continue to pursue healthy aging, active aging, and embrace the game that you love. So keep on loving and playing those games, guys. Alright, well done. So today's most valuable player is Dave, who took 4 wickets in 26 runs. Dave from Zimbabwe. Now, for the spirit of cricket, I would request Sebastian to announce the winner.
Well, he and myself, we had a chat, and the person who we nominated is a leader, a fighter, great sense of humor, and I've seen that even when the chips were down, he kept encouraging and supporting and made sure that cricket was played in the spirit of the game. And our Spirit Player Award goes to Gregor McDonald from Zimbabwe.
And now the man of the match award is from the winning side. Is none other than the captain of Emerging Nation, Zafiullah, 48 in 38. Congratulations, Zafi. Guys, enjoy here, and this concludes the today's ceremony. And yes. We have one small award from Zimbabwe. It's like a spirit award because you can put beer inside it. And we understand that one of your most entertaining and fun players hurt his leg and commentated and became a really good team member. Alright guys, so tomorrow is rainy situation as well as on Sunday, as well as on Monday, the weather forecast. We can control everything but the weather, as all of you know. We are trying our best to move the final to tomorrow, but the information will be available by end of the day today, once the grounds are available. If not, then it will be scheduled as on Sunday, as per the regular timing. And on Sunday evening, 7 p.m. onwards, we have closing ceremony in the gala dinner. It will be entertaining night. For all your 2 weeks of efforts, you can relax, release and recharge and enjoy while you are going back to your respective home nations. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your generous support to Canada. Thank you so much whatever you have done, guys. Fantastic, incredible.